Alright, so this is the video for 4-7 transformations with quadratic functions. Alright, so a lot of this goes back to vertex forms. We bring back the h, we bring back the a, we bring back the k. Our vertex is just h comma k, which is kind of nice. And then our axis of symmetry, right, remember that whole, the axis of symmetry is the x value of the vertex. Well, perfect. That's h right there. So the axis of symmetry, that should be an x, so change that to an x, is just the h value. Alright, so there's where we're getting that x from, right? Because coordinates are always x comma y. So our axis of symmetry is just the x value, which is h. So one skill that we need to practice is basically, if you're left with standard form, how do you get to vertex form? Alright, and things I say every single day basically, we need a label. So you have A equals, B equals, and C equals. A equals 1, B equals 6, C equals -5. That's important because now we want to find that axis of symmetry. Instead of writing x equals negative b over 2a, I'm going to do h equals negative b over 2a. What are we doing? We're finding that axis of symmetry right here. Alright, so negative b is 6, so it's -6 over 2 times 1, which is -3. So our axis of symmetry is -3. Perfect. And then our vertex, right, our y, our k value, in this case our k value, is we're just plugging back in -3 and for x right here. So we have -3 squared plus 6 times -3 minus 5. So you get 9 minus 18 minus 5. And when you take 9 minus 18 minus 5, you get -14. Alright, so our vertex is -3 comma -14. This is our h, and that is our k. Alright, again, it's a lot of the stuff we know how to do, right? We know how to find the axis of symmetry. It's just labeling it a bit differently. So instead of having x, we have h equals, and then we get the k because we plug whatever we get for the h back into the original problem here. So we got -3 comma -14. Now we're just going to plug in what we know into this form right there. So you have y equals, our a is 1, parentheses, x minus -3, parentheses, squared, plus -14 is k. Right? You can do it just like that. And now we can just do a little bit of simplifying. So we have y equals 1, parentheses, x plus 3 squared minus 14. This is your final answer. So we got our vertex here, axis of symmetry is right here. Any only other question we would ask would be, is it opening up or down? And since a is positive, it opens upward. So opens up. All right. That is the same idea if you were going to, if you had an a that's different than 1. So another example, so example number 2 is y equals 2x squared plus 8x minus 12. Again, let's do some labeling. So a equals 2, b equals 8, c equals -12. All right, so I want to find my axis of symmetry first. So h equals -b over 2a. So that's -8 over 2 times 2, which is -8 divided by 4, which is -2. All right, so our h equals -2. Our k then, we have 2 times -2 squared plus 8 times -2 minus 12, like that. And you get that your k equals -20, right? -2 squared is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, minus 16, which is -8, minus 12 is -20. So now let's just put it back into the form. So we have y equals 2 parentheses, right? The 2 is the a, so 2 parentheses, x minus -2 parentheses squared plus negative 20. Again, what are we making this look like? The vertex form. So we are literally just taking what we know and putting it into this form here. Do a little simplifying right now. So we get y equals 2 parentheses x plus 2 squared minus 20. All right, and since a is positive, opens upward. All right, that's kind of one of the parts of the assessment for 4-7. Right now I'm just going into a quick review of what each part does. So h is greater than 0. It's going to shift right. If k is greater than 0, it shifts up. If a is greater than 0, it opens up. If h is less than 0, it shifts left. This should say k right here. It should say k, which makes it shift down. And then if a is less than 0, it opens down, right? If it opens up, it's like a smiley face. If it opens down, it's like a frowny face. All right, so that's just a little quick review. And then we're going to get to the last part of these problems. Flip the page. Is what if I give you something that's already in vertex form and I'm saying, hey, what's the axis of symmetry? What is the vertex? And then how is it opening up or down? And this is what you kind of want because it's a little bit easier. Because remember, our h is here. Our k is here. All right. So our axis of symmetry is just our h, and our h equals. Now this is where you have to make sure you flip it. You can't trust your h's, so it's not negative 3, it's positive 3. Our vertex, right, is h comma k. So this is 3 comma, and the k's are okay to trust. There's 1, 2, 3. Is it opening up or down? Well, what is our a value? The a equals 1. The a is positive, so it opens up. All right, so those are the things that you have to do. I'm going to ask you, what is the axis of symmetry? What's the vertex? And then how is it open? Now, if you have something like this one, you won't have to do any graphing. This one here, right, our a equals a quarter, but it's a positive a fourth. It's positive, so it is going to open up. Now our h, our axis of symmetry, is our h, which equals negative 1. Again, you have to flip this. Our vertex is the negative 1 comma. Well, what's our k? Right? If there's nothing there, your k is just 0. Right? If there's nothing inside here, then your h is just 0. Right? So this is the vertex. That's basically 4-7. In the homework, if it says to graph, don't worry about graphing anything. Just do what I'm doing in the notes. This is what I'm expecting of you on any sort of an assessment.